Meanwhile, all eyes are on another bill sitting on Governor Murphy's desk, the legislation that reforms, and many say guts, New Jersey's Open Public Records Act by making it harder to access government documents and significantly limiting transparency. Advocates are urging the governor to veto the controversial bill or risk the stain it'll leave on his legacy. Senior political correspondent David Cruz reports.
By the time it came to an actual vote, the demise of Oprah as we know it came quickly. The calculations had been worked out in the caucus rooms. All that's left after the hue and cry of the past 2 months is a signature from the governor. And that, it looks like, is dependent on a whole other set of calculations.
He's got the extraordinary pressure that legislative leaders have had, not only on legislators, but now on him. And they're going to tell him, look, if you don't sign this thing, we're going to give you a hard time on the budget. We're going to give you a hard time on other legislative priorities that you might have. Nothing gets done until this Oprah gutting happens.
And budget time can get testy and messy, especially when the governor has a corporate transit fee and the anchor tax break program that may end up competing for funds against the speaker's tax break program, and school districts looking for money to make up for budget shortfalls. And the pressure is only going to get more intense because the bill, as Murphy knows, is not very popular.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bill is awful. It's disgusting. And it represents everything that the people think is wrong with government.
This bill has the united support of progressives and conservatives, but the progressives who supported him are now against the bill. So if he does sign it, it's a factor of the fact that he only has 2 years left, doesn't need him anymore. And I don't think he should be that kind of guy. I think he should stick true to the people who supported him all along and veto this bill.
The governor's office is said to be flexible on the issue and reaching out directly to stakeholders, including press associations like the New Jersey Society of Professional Journalists.
Is this a legacy issue? I think so. And you have to really look at it like this. You said Governor Murphy's a progressive Democrat. Well, this is a regressive bill. So if you're a progressive Democrat, do you want your name on a regressive bill? That's your decision to make. But when you make it, and if you make it, live with the consequences of how people view you in the state.
Yeah, and right about this time is when lame duck chief executives are looking at what their legacies might be. Saladin Ambar is with the Eagleton Center on the American Governor.
Siding with the politicians, against government transparency. He was willing to protect, members of the legislature, members of his and other parties, Frank, and the Republican Party against the sort of public intrusiveness. And I don't think that's a good look.
Maybe not, but insiders are now suggesting that the governor may not have the luxury of thinking about his legacy because, remember, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty of the budget season.
The more sources of conflict that you have that are open conflicts going into June, the more has to be resolved before we get a signed budget. And so, yes, this adds one more onto the pile at the same time you're trying to negotiate the budget.
And that scenario would probably be apropos for the year of upheaval that the state has seen. I'm David Cruz, NJ Spotlight News.